So hello everyone, my name is Michael, and like I promised the other time that we're going to have someone on the show. He's a friend, he's a brother, and he's a lawyer, and we have been on this journey together since 2015, maybe, to become lawyers. So basically, like I said, we're going to be sharing our news experience with you, what is expected and or what you're expected to do so far. Like I tried to give an overview of last week, but I just want my friend here to take us through some of the requirements and what happens once you get an internship opportunity here, what you're supposed to do, because I think it's becoming a challenge, or it's a little bit challenging when you get an internship opportunity here. What is expected of you, lecture halls, documents required, and what were you supposed to come along with during your interview. I think some of those things. So, should I allow Mr. Afolabi to introduce himself properly? Then yes, so speak about it.
All right, so thank you very much, Mr. Yuba. Thank you for bringing me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here and to speak with everyone. So, on the Nilds internship, it's been a fulfilling experience so far. We've been about just 2 weeks into it, and it's really been very insightful and enriching. But then, to talk about what is expected of an aspirant for the Nilds internship. Well, upon application, it may be important for you to prepare for the interview. Successful applicants would be called for interview with the institute, and when you come for interview, it may be necessary for you to come with your credentials and your document. Because remember, when you were applying, you needed to submit your CV, okay? And so when you're also coming for the interview, you may need to come along with that CV, and as well as your credentials, which may include your
Photocopy and citing, I think.
your certificate, from maybe your degree and NYSC and other necessary credentials. Of course, you can come with the original and the photocopy. The original will be for citing, like Mr. Iba was pointing out earlier, and the photocopy would require you to submit them. But even if you don't have, I remember the other time, some person didn't come with that. They had to go and photocopy. Okay, so those who didn't even have it at all, whether soft copy or hard copy, had to go and come back another time. So if you don't want to go that back and forth, you may just bring it along. Upon successful admission into the institute for the internship, you'll be asked to come for documentation. Now, for documentation, you may need some documents that will be stated in your offer letter. All right. So when you're coming for documentation, just come with the document as stated in the offer letter. Everything is spelled out there. Okay. So
I think some examples of those documents could include your acceptance letter,
your acceptance letter itself,
reference letter.
Yes.
What else are you going to bring and come along with?
Maybe your passport.
Yes, passport.
But then again, times differ, things change. It's a government institution, and then they may be changing policies here and there. So that's why I didn't want to outrightly tell you what.
I think the aim is just to give a guide to subsequent students, so they might just know what to anticipate and what to expect.
So for us, this is what we did.
Okay.
That's what we've mentioned. So subsequent time may be different.
At what point did they ask us for our CVs again? I think
at the interview stage.
Yes.
And at documentation stage, we don't need that. At the interview stage, after the interview, you need to submit those documents.
Okay.
After the interview. Well, for classes holds in a very convenient and comfortable environment, okay, and you have very bright minds teaching you and citing very practical examples. In fact, examples you didn't know existed, were related to legislative drafting or legislative practice and procedure, as it were. So classes are always enriching and very lively. Every student gets to talk because the number is not so much. So it's not that kind of class where you have backbenchers. Not everyone's an active member in the class, and of course, because you get to answer questions or ask questions, whether or not you get it right, you get to learn even better. So it's generally an enriching experience. So once you're able to scale through your interview and your documentation, your classes are always fun and insightful. So hopefully we hope to see you when you get here. We're wishing you the best of luck.
And then one more thing before we go is the issue of library registration. I think it forms also part of the documentation process, because when you come, if there is need for you or there's a reference made to the library, then you have to go there with a passport, register, so that you'll be able to get access to the library. Absolutely. I think there are formal processes to it, and we hope that when it's your time to be here, you'll be able to find it easy from our conversations. I think from time to time we might actually discuss one or two things that we feel are important or that one needs to know, especially when it comes to classes. We might not be specific with discussing principles as to, we might do that, but for now, let's just give you a general overview that will give you an idea to what National Institute for Legislative Drafting is doing with law, and I think most of the persons admitted are lawyers.
Yes, mostly,
And,
not all.
Have we had those that are not lawyers?
Previous sets,
Okay.
we had persons like that. Even during the interview stage, some persons that were non-lawyers were also called.
Okay.
Shows you they accept, but for this set, so far so good.
We have only had all lawyers
for now. For those that have showed up in class.
Interestingly, we only have one person that has not been called, and that person is going to be called very soon. So I think the course becomes handy, and for the person and for all of us, because in fact it seems like we are taking a master program already in drafting, because
it's a PGD literally,
yes,
because it's more like a diploma, postgraduate diploma.
Yes.
So it's very intensive. So if you are taking out an application and you really want to be part of this experience, I may advise you to create a time to be here.
It's a 2 months program.
It's very intensive. It's not the one-off kind of thing. You have to be here throughout the week. Some of the times you have to be here Mondays to Thursdays. Sometimes even on Fridays. So you may need to prepare and plan your time during that period of time. Where
talk with your employees or your family or whoever is responsible for you.
Just make the preparation. But I assure you this, it's an enriching program and it's not a waste of your time. So you get value for time you spend here.
Alright, so thank you very much. I say when Ayuba Michael, with me is Mr. Afolabi Clement.
Thank you very much.
I see you some other time.
Thank you.
It's 7 minutes.